Hey guys, so it's me, Blake, and I'm going to be having my artistic debut on YouTube today. So, we're just going to take a piece of paper, maybe use this ruler a bit, I don't know, maybe use this. You never know what happens with art. And for the most part, use good old chisel tip Sharpie. Actually, I have a different one that's a bit more broken in. So, use that one. Might use this one. Might get some paint action. You never know what'll happen. Get some scissors, might get some tape. For me, art is kind of just a stream of consciousness. Whatever comes to mind, try it out. So, I don't know exactly what I'm going to talk about during this video, but might just happen. So let's start off with just a nice little squiggly line here. See where that takes us. Whenever I see squiggly lines like this, it reminds me of DNA. So I'll turn that into DNA. And this can be an eye. And that off there. And then, going on that theme, we'll turn this into an eye too. Then, since we have one facing this way, one facing towards the center, we'll have another that way. And my artistic style is really, it's more of a Zentangle sort of thing. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but I've been told that it's like a Zentangle. I just like patterns. So sorry if you hear talking in the background. I'm not home alone right now, so we'll have to deal with that potentially. So just go off of this, ending bit here of the DNA, and start off with some of these flame patterns as they've been referred to. Just go with the shape of the outer one, maybe change it up a little bit, you never know. And there you go. And see how this didn't exactly line up here, so make another one. Start off like that. And there we go. Let's see. No, I like the flowing lines here. And I'm feeling something a bit more geometric. So do that. Just get some lines coming off of here. A little 3D effect. It's not gonna be perfect. It doesn't have to be though. It's art. I think imperfection makes it a bit better. I know that that's obviously duh, but I like to sound deep. No, I know I said I'd get geometric, but it has to line up, you know? And, let's see. Bring that out like that. And so fill that in. Outline this all. And see, that's a start there. Now, I just had a thought. I think I want to do something with this shadow while it's here. So it's just the shadow. I have two rubber bands holding my phone up onto a tripod. I know it's an advanced setup, but so let's see. Go from that side there. And I might do something similar over here. See. Yeah, I'm liking how that turned out. And then I can kind of fan out some lines here. And I'll go every other, fill them in. Yeah, I'm liking that. So then, with this, let's see, what can we do? Could go off of the side, this I/DNA here. Just get some lines coming out. And then in here. Start off with that, and do this, and add those two together. Get some flowing lines in with the geometric. You could just turn it all into some sharp angles if you'd like. I think sharp angles are nice. I've always favored the flowing lines more because it's just easier to let your hand go. You don't have to try and be perfect with it. But I think that the geometric angles look nicer. So like, especially triangles. I think triangles are the perfect shape. Let me get that out of the way. So, get a triangle up in here. Then I'll do alternating lines on each side, like that. Yeah, art has always been kind of a therapeutic thing for me, and really what I'm saying right now is what I'd be thinking or whispering to myself, drawing usually, so if it's weird, get used to it, because I'll be doing more of this. Add something over here. And then, see, I'm liking the eyes. Eyes are another big thing I add to my drawings. I don't know why, I just like how they look. I really like eyes. So let's see, eye. I'll try and line this up here, outline that another time, and then do that. Then I'll just box off an area for myself here. Sometimes, if the canvas gets to be a little big, you know, break it down a bit, box yourself off an area, and just fill in that space. Get it chunk by chunk. That's another thing with art, is you gotta reduce. You gotta give yourself something feasible to start off with. I would not be able to finish a lot of my drawings if it weren't for what I'm doing here, where I just close off an area where I can doodle one small thing. I'll move the tripod back a bit since I tend to be drifting farther back here. So, let's see. And since this already this line flows up into here, I can just do that. And I don't know, I'm just freehanding it. So let's see. How are the people in the computer liking that so far? You know what, I'm thinking with this here, feeling a big triangle coming out of here. A ray of light going off of that metaphor. I will separate it into 3 smaller triangles. And again, with the sectioning off, kind of start off with these, made a bigger triangle. I don't think I would be able to fill in that whole area with one big pattern, so I can section it off to smaller ones, and then I can do it bit by bit. So for this, I'm thinking just do a basic pattern, some lines, fill it in, 1, and almost done there. And then here's what I'm thinking for this side. I think we do the same thing, but kind of try and have it alternate, so it at least somewhat looks like the ones that are colored in on this side aren't on this side. So let's see. Although that's kind of looking the same, I think it'll look better. And again, doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to look nice, really. I know that some people might not consider this quote-unquote real art. It's not traditional or anything, but it's really more of a therapeutic experience for me. It's about emotions. It's about stream of consciousness. And I try to represent things sometimes, but for me, I think it represents my emotions. It's more for me than it is for anyone else. Which might make this harder to access, artistically for other people. But I also think that the fact that it's so simplistic, it's really just Sharpie line work. I mean, I do have some other things like... Here, let me pull out another. This, I try and do some coloring in parts, but, you really don't have to. It's really all about vibes. So, box off this area here. It's kind of large. I don't like to have a lot of white space, personally. I think that it's good to kind of busy things up. I know I don't want it to be too busy, obviously, but I want there to be something to look at. It's got to be simple but complicated. So I'll do some more of these, fire patterns here, and then I'm thinking mix it up a bit, incorporate another element. So take the blue tape. I don't think I'll be taking this off. Just do a line of it kind of straight down. Just fold that onto the back of it. That's good enough. Just a little bit down here that reach the full bottom. Just color in. And I can do that. So what I'm thinking for this side is take out some colored pencils. No, I'm not going to do that just yet. I think I want to fill in this space first. So first of all, I'm going to split it in half. Split this half in half. This. This. And this. There we go. And I'm just gonna doodle in these boxes, getting larger as we go. I know I said I didn't like white space, but there probably will be some section at some point where I just leave it completely blank. I think white space should be used purposefully. So I don't like leaving white space when it's just there in place of something. I like using it as an artistic element. So I think I'll do another alternating pattern like this. You're gonna see a lot of that, where I alternate between filling stuff in, leaving it out. And there we go. And then for this, I'm thinking do something like that. 2 lines up, 1 line sideways, 2, 1, 2, 1. Really what it is for me is pattern recognition. Whether that be artistically, emotionally, or behaviorally, I think that the biggest part of it is recognizing the patterns. And I think that that is what art has helped me the most with, is recognizing patterns in my own behavior. Because it's really been a process of training my mind to see those patterns better. So once you are able to, very readily see patterns in your art, you can start seeing those patterns in yourself. I don't know if that's making any sense, but anyways. Also, one thing that I try to always incorporate is my tag. And my tag isn't really one thing or another, but I have more of a graffiti-ish style to my art. So it's usually some form of 2Bs. And you'll see that coming up time and time again. Usually it's not even just in one place. I try to incorporate it in the patterns of the art. So I kind of messed up with that line there, but I'll take it as an opportunity to add something more here. So I'll skip over the area that this line goes in. And do that. So there is half of this section done with. And time for the next half. I think because I really went with a lot of geometric stuff on that side, really just let my hand flow for this. So, yeah. Another thing that art has really helped me with is being okay with mistakes. One thing that I really struggled with, in art and in my life is I always wanted stuff to be exactly right. Even if that didn't mean perfect in a sense, it had to be exactly how I wanted it. And after going through a process, I think it was Rick Rubin who said, just get yourself to create something every day. So I really tried to do that. I got myself into a mindset of, okay, let's just make something. It doesn't have to be good. And that's really helped me to understand that it doesn't have to be good. It just has to be. And that is true of a lot of things in life, not just art. So I'm going to go in with, we'll take a scrap piece of paper just to show you what this color is. Might need to get the sharpener. Yeah. Sharpening pencils has always been one of my favorite things about using them, honestly. With the nice little shavings. They're not fun to clean up, but it's kind of a satisfying process, So, I have an electric pencil sharpener, but it's not as fun as the handheld ones. So there you go. Got a nice sharp pencil there. I'm not sure what brand these are. It's just an art kit that I got when I was younger. And as I've been getting into art recently, again, I've been using it more. Once I figure out the brand, I might plug it. But then again, I'm not really popular enough that they'll need my publicity. So, let's see, just fill this in. I'm not good with color, really. As with many things, I think it's kind of an intuitive thing. But I've also been working on learning color theory. For me, it's a lot of just gradients. Like for this, I'm going to try and, get it between this darker orange to this peach color, transition that a bit better. It's not going to be perfect. You see I'm bleeding a bit over onto this tape here, but that's fine. I can also really do anything that I want with this now. I think I'll leave this spot uncolored. I think with some of it already being filled in, it doesn't really need more color. For this, I think I'll start off this peach color again, then go out this. I'll find a third color to fill it in with. Let's see. It's this one looking like a pinkish red, possibly. Oh, that's some deep rosy red. So take that, fill in this area here. Time for color number 4. I think I'll be done with these 2 oranges now, so I can put those back. Try to keep everything organized in here. So let's see, I'm not sure what this will turn out to be. Ooh, I like that. Nice purple. Grape. I really don't know color all that well. It's really just eyeballing it for me. So, there you go. And these are probably done for. And let's find one final color. Let's see, what's this one looking like? No, I'm not feeling that. Let's see. Thinking a bluish purple would be our best bet. Ooh, deep blue, I think. What about this one? No. Let's blend these 2, since I don't know if there's really going to be the color that I'm looking for. So I'll go with this a bit lighter here. Again, it's not going to be amazing. It doesn't have to be. It's really just a doodle, more of a practice to get myself out there for me. Go down with this darker blue. Now that's really just turning out blue, and I want to get some more of that purplish color in there, so I'll take this again. Get another layer of that down. Yeah, I'd say that turned out quite well. And for this, let's see, I think pull out the oil pastels. So we'll get yellow, orange, and red. Start off with this yellow here. And just start going a bit lighter as I go farther out. Take out the orang. The fruit did come first, just so you know. I'll go back over that with the yellow to try and blend it, but I don't find that necessary just yet. Get this red, and then I think I might need to get a 4th color. We'll get done with the yellow first before we get 4 out. I try to never have more than 3 colors out at once, because I don't want to overcomplicate things. Simplicity is important for me. Although I say that as if any part of this has to be, you know, concrete or right. It really doesn't. So I'll go back over this with the orange, start blending. And I might get it a bit into that other section. It really doesn't matter. And then the yellow. Put the yellow and the orange back. We will get this purple here. Not really sure what standard procedure is for these, so kind of just doing what feels right. Don't take that as sexual innuendo. And there you go. Got a little gradient. And I think I can just leave the top section there. So next, go back to the Sharpie. And just start. I think what I want to do is I want to outline this entire thing. It's kind of looking like a pillar to me. outline that side. Outline this side. There you go. You know, I know I said that I didn't like white space. I might leave it there. Actually, I think one, this is looking like another big triangle to me. And then this is looking like a good spot for an eye. I'm gonna go a bit abstract with it, just waving out. And fill in this here. And I'm thinking I'm just gonna fill this in with some random lines. I can kind of go off of these. See, this is my favorite part of the artistic process, is when you're almost done. You can kind of just let yourself go ham. So I think that'll be it for this. It's not perfect, but like I said, time and time again, doesn't have to be. I like it. I think really shows process. There's this side, line work with color, tape, line work, nothing. So, thank you guys for listening to me rant for 30 minutes about probably nothing. I took my melatonin about an hour ago. I'm about to fall asleep. Night, y'all.